In November 2018, the first babies with intentionally altered genomes were born. This accomplishment generated a heated international debate, and at the core of this debate were the ethics associated with biotechnology. The United States is at a strategic disadvantage in biotechnology development because of its ethical standards. It's likely that other countries will start to recognize this and move to exploit the existing gap in ethical standards. Ethics in research and development reflect a society's values. This leads to different ethical standards and practices for different countries. Both culture and government structure can be analyzed to examine the origin of a country's ethical regulations. For instance, in the United States, we have a developed bioethical dialogue, which largely stems from previous ethical failures and is heavily influenced by Judeo-Christian medical values. Our government structure also promotes extensive public debate surrounding ethical, medical, and biotechnology practices. These debates translate into policy decisions that change over time. This situation significantly contrasts with a case like China. First, their collectivist culture is more tolerant of individual sacrifice to benefit public progress. The Chinese government structure also discourages debate and encourages long-term, top-down strategy. While this paper is not seeking to make a moral argument about either of these systems, it is important to recognize that their differences can affect each country's ability to pursue biotechnology. These differences in ethics and structure already shape international biomedicine. Treatments and research involving embryonic stem cells are severely limited in the United States. Extensive ethical debates translate into policy that changes based on political climate. However, in China, the use of embryonic stem cells isn't inhibited by its culture, allowing them to more rapidly develop these treatments. Discrepancies such as this one result in a practice known as medical tourism, where patients travel abroad to seek treatment. It also results in ethics dumping. This occurs when new medicines are tested abroad to avoid expensive domestic red tape and standards for testing. The effects of asymmetric ethics will expand well beyond these two examples as biotechnology innovation accelerates. Already, the United States peer competitors are investing in dual-use biotechnology. Policies like the 13th Five-Year Plan and Made in China 2025 make it clear that biohegemony is a Chinese goal. While the Chinese biotech market is still considerably smaller than in the United States, experts estimate that government expenditures combined with relaxed regulatory barriers will help maintain the upward trend in the Chinese biotech industry. Although Russia is lagging in the race for biotech innovation, it too has expanded its investment in biotechnology. For instance, Russia has been increasing its collaboration with China in technology and military sectors, and the two countries worked together to fund the creation of Russia's largest biotech lab. This increased investment presents three possible risks to the United States. First, countries like China could increase U.S. dependency on foreign bioproducts. China already dominates the export of generic prescription medication, but recent policy demonstrates that China is pivoting to promote the development of innovative biopharmaceuticals. This strategy could allow China to create a chokehold on essential medicine, threatening a critical U.S. supply chain. This weaponized dependency could even expand to other fields like the generation of human organs, in which China is able to push trials farther and faster than in the United States. Second, states with tolerant ethical standards in biotech will also be able to more rapidly pursue and adopt controversial military capabilities. Cheap gene editing tools like CRISPR allow for the development of low-cost, precise bioweapons. These include those that target specific individuals or populations based on their genetic codes. Countries with more flexible bioethical standards may be more likely to develop and to use these technologies. Third, biotechnology innovators hope to provide soldiers with advantages ranging from disease resistance to enhanced cognition. While the United States may have many volunteers interested in becoming enhanced, Safety protocols and ethical requirements for testing may slow their implementation compared to other militaries. The timeline of all of these threats vary, but addressing them will require dedicated effort over time. I argue that this problem can be addressed using a three-step approach. First, the United States should formalize its guiding principles in biotech development. This solution would involve a process similar to what the DoD developed for AI when it tasked the Defense Innovation Board to meet with experts, academics, ethicists, and lawyers to create guiding principles to develop AI. Broadcasting these principles will allow the United States to serve as a model for countries developing their bioethics and allow the US to condemn violations consistently. Second, the United States should expand on the US-China program for biomedical collaborative research. This program is run by the NIH and would effectively allow the United States to hold international researchers to US bioethical standards. This expansion could require culturally conscious ethics training for scientists, and long-term would help influence global ethical norms. This strategy also has the support of biotech industry leaders, who are concerned that the current prosecution of Chinese scientists deters innovation and generally harms the national interest. The United States should implement this strategy while it still holds the lead in biomedical technology, thus maintaining an incentive for others to interact with the United States on US terms. Finally, DARPA should develop a task force to identify specific biotechnologies where the United States will lag due to its ethical standards. Then, the DoD can strategically invest in competing but also ethical technologies. Understanding the asymmetric ethics framework is essential to addressing the threat that biotechnology poses to the United States. Confronting this challenge does not have to end in a race to the ethical bottom. By increasing investment in ethical development and promoting a global consensus on bioethical standards, the United States can maintain its advantage in biotechnology. Thank you.